Welcome once again to Obi with a cup of coffee and tea, where I'm always spewing my 2 cents on the various topics out there. Hope you enjoyed our last episode on the bizarre reasons behind rejection. Yeah. And if you did, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel, as well as also share your comments, because I don't think that I know it all. I would love to hear from you. I would like to hear what you think and ways that I can, do the show better and better cater to you all. All right, as always, I've got with me my hot cup of brewed Kai tea. I hope I got the pronunciation right though. So I'm going to be taking a sip from it, and then I'll be getting into today's topic. This is something green tea does to you. It's just so refreshing. So next is to take off my glasses so that you can get to see my real face and understand that I'm a baby girl for life. Oh my goodness. So today's topic I've titled, Heyyyysh, don't touch my baby. Yes, people who like to touch people's babies. I've come for you people today. We all know babies are very, very cute, very adorable. We love children. We love that children love us back. And it makes us really feel good about ourselves. Like if you walk into a place where there's a baby or babies and they seem to be calling for you, auntie, auntie, uncle, uncle, it kind of makes you feel really special, feel really good. It's a good thing, right? But then there are those things that I think that I know that they are not written down rules, but then they're just rules. There are boundaries, things that you shouldn't do to children that you did not bond by yourself. You understand? And by you didn't bond, I mean you were not part of the conception. Neither did the baby come out of your womb. You're not the direct guardian or the direct parents to that child. And to children, for this episode, I'm referring to children between the ages of day 1 to age 9. Yes. Between day 1 and age 9, things that you shouldn't do to children. And number 1 is, do not hit other people's children. All you global class prefects of all the children in the world, your own is to be walking around looking for any child that misbehaves so that you can quickly slap. I will narrate a story to us. So one time I was in a bus. I was coming from Oshodi and I was going to Ajah. This was like, I think 2 years ago. And then in the process, the bus conductor happened to be a really young boy in his teens. I don't know what it was that even caused the quarrel. They were speaking Yoruba, and I really don't understand Yoruba that much, but it seemed like the boy had done something wrong, and the bus conductor, I think, was arguing with one of the passengers, and then the driver felt like he was being disrespectful, and in the process, before I knew what was happening, I just hit, I was like, oh my God, even me, Seth, I shook. He shocked me very well. I was so mad because he hit the boy so bad that he couldn't open his right eye. It was that bad. You see his right or his left? I can't really tell. But it was on this side. His eye, his face immediately, after like a few minutes after this slap, you could see the swelling had begun to, show. And he could not open that eye. He was just crying. He could not uncontrollably. Because I'm a woman, and because I'm a young, there's nothing I can do. I can't fight with this man. I can't slap him back, because if I slap him, they will just dig ground and bury me inside. But I was so pained, and it was very late in the night, because I think it was between the hours of like 7, 8 p.m. Like at that point, what can I really do? All I could just say to this little bus conductor, even though he was rude, was sorry, it's going to get better. Like, how do you hit somebody like that? Like, who the hell are you to hit anybody like that? In that instance, I would like to say something. There's a thin line between trying to correct someone by punishing the person through hitting or whatever kind of punishment, and taking out your frustration on another person, on a child, because that person is a weaker vessel, and you're just only taking out your frustration on a child. You're not in any way at that point, when you are inflicting that kind of pain on anyone. It has passed the level of punishment. At this point, you are just abusing the person physically. I'm telling you. Now, imagine doing that to an adult. Then you now decide that because you're a class teacher, junior misbehave inside class, and your solution is to lift your hand and begin to hit and spank the child. I understand that part of the Bible that says, oh, spare the rod and spoil the child. I totally understand. If you are not you are not the one that born that child. These days that there are all kinds of issues, infertility issues between husbands and wife, and parents are doing everything to try to have children. Imagine a couple who have actually waited for like 9, 10, I've even heard of one of 18 years, 19 years, 20 years to have a child. They now born this child. They now even went through all kinds of rigorous, processes to try to help the child. Maybe the child was born and then the child developed some kind of complications. They had to raise money. They had to take the child. The child had to undergo some sort of surgery, and they tried, and finally this child had finally grown up. They now took the child to school. Then you, teacher Olori Buruku, you now lift your hand or you lift stick that you want to hit another person's child. Agreed, there are some children who can misbehave. In short, children misbehave. It's a given. But as an adult, you should be able to control your anger. 1. And then 2, you need to understand that, yes, back in the days, every child was seen as a community child, meaning any uncle, any auntie can, correct or reprimand or punish a child. But you can punish children. I'm not against that. But do not lift your hand to hit any child or lift a stick or whatever cane. You that you are hitting somebody's child, you will not like if another person hits your child. That's the reality of it. The truth is that these people who hit other people's children don't like it when people, if they were to have their own children, they would not allow another person to touch their child. But they are very quick. Their hand moves so fast. One thing, they've slapped, they've hit. Auntie, maybe because you are a Sunday school teacher, you want to be hitting people's children up and down. Please, I don't condone, I don't accept, and I do not subscribe to that style of, punishing or correcting a child that isn't yours. And at that point, if you feel the child has done something so bad, you can't take it anymore, it's so terrible, take it up with another higher authority or bring it to the notice of the parents of that child. And if you think the child is too naughty and can't stand the child, you happen to be a class teacher or a head of school, you can always advise the parents of that child to withdraw their child, to leave the school if you feel that child is a bad influence on other children in that school. There are ways to go about it, but I will never subscribe to another person hitting some other person's child. It is not right. And these days, human beings, they are not correct. Their head is not correct. Some people are already frustrated with life and they are looking for a weaker vessel to take out their frustration on. So many times you see people, adults who hit children, they're not hitting out of trying to correct. They are hitting to take out frustration, because at the end of the day, if you see the child is looking like where the child went to rob. You see bruises all over the child's body. You see the child's body has turned red, blood is coming out. That is no longer punishment. It's now an abuse. So with these few points of mine, of course there's going to be an episode soon. I hope I've been able to convince you, I'm not confuse you, that you should not lift your hand to hit somebody's child. Because if you hit my child, I'm gonna arrest you. I'm gonna put you behind bars because you did not follow me to suffer to carry that child for 9 months. You now come and say you want to hit my child. Okay, thank you very much. Until next time when I come your way again, learn to live at peace and harmony with your fellow human beings. Namaste. And yes, don't forget to like, comment, and also share with your contacts so that they can get to subscribe to my channel as well. See you later. Ciao.